going out there? As you may already know, we are not live. We are pre-recording this. This is actually Wednesday around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But you're watching this at 6:45 on a Friday. And you may not even watch this part. This is the part usually everybody waits till 7 o'clock when the game actually starts. Either way, I like to have these 15-minute period in order to give you time to get here. Those of you who are here, again, trivia will be starting shortly after 7 o'clock. If you need a bucket to play in tonight's game, go outside, find a bucket in your backyard, bring it inside. Use that for tonight's trivia game. Again, we'll be starting shortly after 7 o'clock. Again, if you don't have a bucket in your backyard, go in the bathroom, empty out the garbage can, bring that inside, and use that for tonight's trivia game. Again, we're starting shortly after 7 o'clock. So then I was wondering, first of all, a lot has happened since the last time we saw each other. We saw each other Friday when they were still counting votes. So what happened on Saturday? Joe Biden was elected president of the United States. Can't take that away, no matter how much you bitch and moan about recounts and fraud. Joe Biden will be president of the United States on January 20th, 2021, which is also my birthday. So we will be celebrating that on Wednesday, January 20th, 2021 at the Bend. I'm going to start earlier. Well, the trivia will start at 9 o'clock like always, but I will be there earlier. I will start playing music videos and play music from 8 o'clock. Come hang out with me, have drinks with me from 8 to 9. Then we'll do the trivia game, and then stick around until closing with me, Shannon. Maybe Hector will be there. Fuck Hector.
Fuck Hector! Fuck Hector!
He may or may not be there. Nick will be there. And I want everybody who can make it, if you feel comfortable. If by then they've had the vaccines out, if there's no curfew by then, whatever the situation is, I will be there. I'll leave the playlist going. I don't want to actually work. I want to do the trivia for fun, do whatever, and then move on and hang out with everybody afterwards until they kick us out. Then I'll take my stuff, put it in my car, and go home. Hopefully we can have cake. We can have pastelitos. I'll probably still be on a diet by then, but I'll have a slice of cake. So that is my birthday present this year, is that Donald Trump will no longer be president of the United States. That is my present next year. January 20th, on my birthday, will be inauguration day. My inauguration trivia party. Another thing that's happened, we lost Alex Trebek just 1 week after we lost Sean Connery. As you see, Sean Connery is always right behind me. Alex Trebek, on the other hand, as much as you guys who are trivia people, followed him and knew everything about him, what I know mostly about Alex Trebek is from pop culture. Like when he came out on Cheers, or the impersonation they did of him on Saturday Night Live. I mean, I watch some Jeopardy, but I'm not a trivia person really. I like to host trivia, but I don't actually like to answer the questions. So to me, it wasn't. I don't have too many memories so much of watching actual Jeopardy. But he was a good guy. I know I followed his interviews. He had a great sense of humor. He followed everything. He enjoyed the jokes. So in that case, I have a lot of respect for him, which made me think about how I ended up here, how I ended up doing this. So about, I would say, it'll be close to, it'll be 12 years ago now. 12 years ago, this period of time, the bar up in Miami Springs, which I'm not going to mention, where I used to have a karaoke for a long time, had closed down in the beginning, or in the middle of the year, due to the regime that was running it at that time. So I would say sometime around this time of the year, October, November, they reopened. They hired another company to do their karaoke. I wanted to come back and do karaoke there. Now, I don't know what happened exactly there with the whole thing between them, but I would pop in whenever I was off, whenever I had a gig somewhere, whenever I was in the area, I would pop in, say hi, talk to the people there that I knew. I met the current owner at that moment, who actually had known me because he had been a regular in the before. So by the time we get to around close to December, like where there was a holiday break coming up, like there was going to be I think that Christmas or Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, one of those two sets of holidays came up on Wednesdays. So he decided that, he was going to let go of the karaoke people. And he wanted me to come in starting in January. So he's, taking that 2-week period to give them time to, get themselves together. He contacted them, left them a message, whatever. He also informed me at the time that he had started doing a trivia night that night. So we will go on after the trivia night. So that was fine. I go, okay, there's trivia, and then after trivia comes me. So I get there that first week. I meet the trivia people. It was a couple. Most of you who were around in the beginning when I started doing this or who knew me before this know the couple. They were doing their trivia at the time on paper, handheld pieces of paper, asking questions where you would answer the questions on the paper, the same format as you do with me, but there was no slideshow, there was no screens. So I get there, I'm set up my karaoke. They were asking, they started, they seemed nice. They were very nice to me. We were very nice. We became really close and we became really good friends for a long time. In the time that was there, that same night, the person who was hosting the karaoke showed up because they were not informed by their boss that the owner of this bar had contacted them to fire them. That was a funny incident, and that was our beginning of what eventually became Trivioke Night. They would host trivia, I would host karaoke. So that lasted about 5 years. 5 years of trivia with them, karaoke with me. We had a system going where, they would do a round. I would bring in equipment. Then I would let when they were checking, I would install stuff. Or I would do everything around them to not bother them. They learned how to plug into the TV because I showed them, where to do it. They put together the slideshow, the PowerPoint presentation that now. That was put together by them. They also started what we do is the raffles. It was called the Lucky Bastard raffle over there, and instead of music, the guy in the couple would beatbox to get your prize, and if you didn't dance, it would make you do the truffle shuffle. They had all this the way they did it. This lasted 5 years, and then one day, around this time of year, or a little bit later, closer to December, around December, they informed me that they were gonna stop doing this. That was it. They were gonna retire. They weren't gonna do the trivia anymore. At first, I was like a little bit, disappointed. I counted on trivia in order to maintain my karaoke night because their crowd would stay for karaoke. I had some people who came for karaoke who came early for trivia. It worked both ways, but I was worried that I would lose half my crowd if there was no trivia there. So before I was even done thinking about it for more than 5 or 10 minutes, I turned around. I saw Danny was there. And I remember Danny had been interested in starting his own trivia night in a different place. And I thought, okay, if he and I were to get together and do this, we could probably pull this off. And we could take over the trivia. So I approached the couple and I asked them, look, would you be okay if I took over? I might do it with Danny. I might do it by myself, whatever. But I would like to take over if possible. I mean, if you're not going to do it, I'm not going to step on your toes. Then they were like, okay, great. That would be actually better. So we worked out a transition where they kept doing it for the rest of the year, supposedly, and I would start preparing it on my side. We worked it out. I was at that place and at Sandbar, were two places we both shared, even though the karaoke was on a different night at Sandbar. So Sandbar was immediately great with the idea of, okay, the guy who does karaoke here on Monday, he's going to do the trivia here on Fridays from now on. The place in Miami Springs, which I had been there for a lot longer and I thought we were closer, was reluctant. And in the end, negotiated to do it for less money. But I still did it because I wanted to keep the night, and I figured it's a good idea to either way to do it as a training. Now, they decided to end before I was ready. So they had sent me the PowerPoint. They figured, okay, you got the PowerPoint. Now put your questions together and do it yourself. I pretty much came up with an idea of putting everything always the same format. Always start with the true or false question. I came up with that first. Then I started doing how to tinker with it. I came up with all the questions I wanted to ask, and I ended up hosting my first trivia game at Sandbar. That didn't go very well. I messed up a little bit, but whatever. I wasn't ready yet because they had handed it to me before I was ready, but whatever. I was still very, appreciative of the fact that I was given this opportunity by Sandbar. The other place was still reluctant, but we still started over there. Whatever. So that situation lasted for a while. It turned out the reason they were retiring is because they were a couple and they broke up. That was the truth of the whole thing. So, fast forward a couple years, and I'm doing Sandbar. I'm doing this place in Miami Springs. All of a sudden, one of those two in the couple, the girl, decided she wanted to come out of retirement with her new boyfriend, or I don't know if it was at the time the guy she married eventually, or whoever it is. She decided she wanted to do that. So immediately I panicked because I thought I was going to lose the gig. So I reached out to her and she said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to, take anything from you, blah, blah, blah," and all that stuff. And I said, "Well, let's collaborate. Maybe we can work together. You can cover for me, I can cover for you. You help me find some gigs up there, I'll help you find some gigs down here. Whatever, we can collaborate. Either way, I do karaoke on other nights, so I didn't think I would need to worry about it." Well, that didn't last very long. Eventually, the place in Miami Springs decided to go back to her and that I wouldn't be hosting trivia anymore. And the owner was very unprofessional and very rude to me at the time. And I ended up and then I said, "Okay, fine. If she wants to start, she can start tomorrow." This is like on a Tuesday that I got this call. She can start tomorrow if she wants. "Oh, no, it has to be in a couple weeks. She can't just start this yet." I go, "Okay, fine, then I'll host my last game tomorrow. Or if you want me to continue this, then you're going to have to pay me more money. Pay me the difference. What you were paying them, pay it to me." The owner got really upset and fired me. So there was no more karaoke at that place. And they had to wait, and then she came in, and that was it. This turned out to be a blessing. This is at the end of 2015. And I was down to just doing Sandbar on Fridays and doing my karaoke nights. But by only having one place, and the fact that the presidential election was coming up, it kind of gave me this idea of I don't care. If I lose it, I lose it. And it opened up a lot of me going too far sometimes. I started doing Trump or Hitler. I started doing more obscure stuff, more of my dry sense of humor. What you know now all started because of what happened in 2016. And me just not caring anymore. Me throwing everything, to the wall. Pretty much Joe Carollo's an asshole. All that stuff. All that stuff started in 2016. Since then, eventually we started doing it at Seven Seas Bar for a while. Then we got the Bend. Then we got Bar Nancy, which moved our Seven Seas to a different night. And eventually I stopped doing Seven Seas. And pretty much for the last couple years, for the last 5 years or 3 or 4 years, whatever, we've been pretty consistent with the whole Bar Nancy, Bend, Sandbar for trivia. And that's pretty much a quick history of how I got started in this business and how I ended up here. I have my own Sean Connery, which is Alan. And in a way, I kind of understand some of what Alex Trebek had to deal with. But that's my history as how I became a trivia host. And that pretty much killed the 15 minutes before we actually start this game. Remember, if you need a bucket to play in tonight's game, go outside your house, grab a bucket, bring it inside. If not, go get the little garbage can inside in your bathroom, empty it out, bring it in. We're going to get started with tonight's game right now. It's Friday, after 7 o'clock. It's time now for Home Trivia. If you don't already have a bucket to play in tonight's game, go outside your house, grab a bucket, bring it inside, and use that to play in tonight's trivia game. Right now, let's get started by going over the rules of tonight's game.
It's Friday, you bastards.
As always, we have a one-player minimum, but please stay 6 feet apart from each other if you don't know each other. Grab 3 sheets of paper, number them 1 through 10. Any funny team names you can come up with, post it in the comments. I will not be able to read it out loud because this is all pre-recorded, but I am probably watching it along with you, so I will comment and laugh along with you. So it'll be cool either way. Feel free to scream and shout the answers all you want. Your home I'm not home. I'm actually at the Globe doing a private party. But you're watching me at home on a Wednesday. But feel free to scream and shout the answers because it makes no difference anyway. Please don't look up the answers and don't post the answers in the comments. You're not going to win any prizes, so there's really no point in doing that. You're basically playing with yourself, so you would only be cheating yourself. Question round 1 are worth 1 point each. Question round 2 are worth 2 points each. Question round 3 are worth 5 points each. And again, we have no prizes to give you. We are all sitting around at home, waiting for Sandbar to open. Who knows when that will be? And if anybody does know, let me know. But if you want, please take a picture of yourself and tag at Trivia Mammy on either Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and then I'll put those pictures in next week's game, whether it be live or not. And again, we'll be pulling out our stuffs and dancing in the Lucky SOB raffle, which as always in the home version means Lucky Son of a Bernie. Here's our legal disclaimer. If you can read small and fast, you can read that thing. And it's gone. Again, if you want to help me out, that's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. If you want to throw a little bit my way, it'll be really cool. I'd really appreciate it. Again, I'm trying to keep this going at least until the end of the year. We are looking at probably wrapping this up before the holidays, though. I checked the calendar, and the Fridays will fall, Christmas, New Year's. When that comes up, it'll also be when we've done this for 40 weeks in a row. I think that'll be the end of it, regardless of Sandbar. I don't want to give you bad news, but, I can't keep doing this forever. I want to try something different for a while. But we're going to keep this going for at least for the rest of this year. Maybe we'll do it until my birthday. Maybe we'll at least get to 43 or 44, whatever it turns out to be. I'll count the Fridays in January, too. Also, you can join me for in-person play over at Bar Nancy on Mondays, starting at 8 o'clock. Join me there. We have prizes there for the raffle. We have prizes for the winning teams every Monday night. Every Wednesday, join me at the Bend, starting at 9 o'clock. Join me for karaoke at Seven Seas Bar every Thursday and Saturday, starting at 10 o'clock. Now let's get started with tonight's game. It's time again to put your phones in the buckets. Phones in the buckets. Teléfonos en la cubeta. Phones in the buckets. All right, round 1. Question 1. True or false? Donald Trump once won a Worst Supporting Actor Razzie Award. True or false? I was wondering where my stopwatch was. I have 2. This one sucks. So once this question, I'm gonna switch to the other one. All right, question 2. Which U.S. state just legalized small amounts of cocaine, heroin, and meth? That was written wrong. I wrote it fast. I'm sorry. Which U.S. state just legalized small amounts of cocaine, heroin, and meth? Technically, this game is also the same game I'm putting at the Bend on Wednesday, which is tonight from when I'm recording this. So it's a good thing I'm seeing this, because now I can go correct it on the Bend's version of the game. In fact, I should make a note. I'll wait till the end of the run. This is all I can't find my pen. All right, question 3. In Greek mythology, Erebus was the god of what? A, darkness, B, mountains, or C, water? In Greek mythology, Erebus was the god of what? Darkness, mountains, or water? Fixed question 2, round 1. All right, question 4. What fast food chain's first outlet was opened in San Bernardino, California in 1958? What fast food chain's first outlet was opened in San Bernardino, California in 1958? Question 5. What did the Romans call Caledonia? A. England, B. Ireland, or C. Scotland? What did the Romans call Caledonia? England, Ireland, or Scotland? Question 6. Who is Yogi Bear's sidekick? Who is Yogi Bear's sidekick? The funny thing is I'm here by myself. We're going to do the raffle separately and then edit it in. My kids asked I do it that way because they don't like sitting around waiting for me to finish a round when we're doing it live. They'd rather just do the whole thing at once and then have me do all the work of cutting it and putting it in place. I'll give it to them this time. Next time, they're going to sit here through this whole thing. All right, question 7. Which of the Golden Girls plays the title character in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone? A. B. Arthur, B. Estelle Getty, or C. Betty White? And which of the Golden Girls plays the title character in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone? B. Arthur, Estelle Getty, or Betty White? All right, question 8. What is a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken called? What is a turkey stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken called? Question 9. Which one of the 4 main characters on Sex and the City had a baby? A. Charlotte, B. Miranda, or C. Samantha? Which one of the 4 main characters on Sex and the City had a baby? Charlotte, Miranda, or Samantha? And finally, question 10. Last question in this round. Everybody's favorite category. Florida! Or not Florida? Not Florida. I'm going to read a news headline. You need to let me know if you think it's Florida or not Florida. The only 2 possible answers are Florida or not Florida. Here it goes. Woman busted for pleasuring herself outside 7-Eleven was caught committing the same offense outside of Popeyes. Is that Florida or not Florida?
Quick to overanalyze. I bet it comes as no surprise. Clever lines dressed in disguise, leaving without saying goodbye. I hope you cut me down to size. I wanna be everything you want and so much more. But I lie awake and wonder if I'll ever be the one. So
All right, that is the end of round one. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question one was true or false. Donald Trump once won a Worst Supporting Actor Razzie Award. Question two, which U.S. state just legalized small amounts of cocaine, heroin, and meth? Question three, in Greek mythology, Erebus was the god of what? A, darkness, B, mountains, or C, water? Question four, what fast food chain's first outlet was opened in San Bernardino, California in 1958? Question five, what did the Romans call Caledonia? A, England, B, Ireland, or C, Scotland? Question six, who is Yogi Bear's sidekick? Question seven, which of the Golden Girls plays the title character in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone? A, B, Arthur, B, Estelle Getty, or C, Betty White? Question eight, what is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken called? Question nine, which one of the four main characters on Sex and the City had a baby? A, Charlotte, B, Miranda, or C, Samantha? And Florida or not Florida, the headline reads, woman busted for pleasuring herself outside 7-Eleven was caught committing the same offense outside of Popeyes. All right. Please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. Again, any little bit helps. That's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. You want to throw anything my way, that'll be really cool. But right now, we're going to go to the first Lucky SOB raffle. It's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. I'll pull a number out of this bucket. And every number I pull out, my son will win. My son will win all the prizes. I'll pull out the first number. My daughter's up there. Gonna give him the prizes. Along with Baby Yoda, who was about to eat an egg. And Baby Groot's there celebrating the results of the election. All right, first number going out. 594. 594. Dance. All right, he won. You didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. All right, next one out. 661. 661. Dance. All right, he won. You didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. Now everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, but he can't drink beer, he gets an iron beer. Going out to the following number. 590, 590. Dance.
B stands for Broncos, BMW, Bengals, and the Bells.
All right, he won, you didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. That includes our lucky son of a Bernie raffle for this round. All right, let's go over the answers from round one. Question one was, true or false, Donald Trump once won a Worst Supporting Actor Razzie Award? That is true. And that one, he accepted. Question two, which U.S. state just legalized small amounts of cocaine, heroin, and meth? Oregon. Question three, in Greek mythology, Erebus was the god of what? A, darkness, B, mountains, or sea water? Darkness. Question four, what fast food chain's first outlet was opened in San Bernardino, California in 1958? McDonald's. Five, what did the Romans call Caledonia? Scotland. Question six, who is Yogi Bear's sidekick? Boo Boo. Seven, which of the Golden Girls plays the title character in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone? It was Estelle Getty. Question eight, what is a turkey stuffed with a duck stuffed with a chicken called? A turdunkin. Which one of the four main characters on Sex and the City had a baby? Miranda. And Florida or not Florida, the headline read, woman busted for pleasuring herself outside 7-Eleven was caught committing the same offense outside of Popeyes? That was Florida. That was definitely Florida. That's her. All right, these questions are 1 point each, so whatever you got, post that in the comments. Again, join me for in-person play over at Bar Nancy on Monday, Wednesday at The Bend, Thursday and Saturday for karaoke at Seven Seas Bar. And I'll be back in about 2 minutes after a quick commercial break.
I love this song. What station is that? Coast 97.3 FM.
Great song. What station is that? It's Coast 97.3 FM.
I love this song.
Me too. What station is that?
Ever wonder what radio station you're listening to? For the most music throughout your workday, listen to South Florida's Coast 97.3 FM. The best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today with less talk.
Grand Prix's new track. Grand Prix is bigger, longer, and faster. Feel the thrill of the hairpin turns, then speed down the long straightaways. Grand Prix. Race your friends in the true spirit of Grand Prix competition racing. Feel the roar of the engines as you race the big challenge on Grand Prix Race-A-Rama. Open 7 days and nights. Take I-95 or Exit 12 on the Turnpike. Grand Prix on 441 just south of State Road 84 in Fort Lauderdale.
Take your family, go with your friends to good times where fun never ends. Be there. The fair! It's all there. The fair, be there. The fair, be there.
The Dade County Youth Fair and Exposition. Be there.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right. Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store.
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
Is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
And we're back. All right, let's get started with round 2. It's time again to put your phones in the buckets, teléfonos en la cubeta. Let's get started. Round 2. Question 1. What came out first, Brokeback Mountain or The Devil Wears Prada, both with Anne Hathaway? What came out first? Keep finding nerds everywhere. I may or may not have a problem. All right, question 2. What element's chemical symbol is the letter I? What element's chemical symbol is the letter I? This will be a Josh question. Josh was on Jeopardy. If he's here watching, Josh was on Jeopardy. I think I bring that up a lot. Question 3. Which comic book hero was a German Shepherd named Ace? Which comic book hero was a German Shepherd named Ace? What I was not aware of is that Danny from the Cunts was also on Jeopardy. That's Danny from the Cunts, not Danny, just Danny. All right, question 4 is always our anal bum cover, and that's our new picture of the anal bum cover. That is the one we're going to stick with from now on. I know last week I changed it to having the real Sean Connery instead of Daryl Hammond, but now I added Alex Trebek to the mix. And then we're going to leave this as our Anal Bum cover intro slide from now on. I would like to think that, you know, Trebek went because Sean Connery reached out to him and said, the view is nice up here. On top of your mother. And that's why Trebek said, I got to go. All right. As you know, this is actually called an album cover. So whose 2010 album is this the cover for? Just the name of the artist, not the name of the album. So we meet again, Trebek. I actually was watching From Russia with Love last night, which was Tuesday night. You're seeing me on a Friday. By the time you see this and I'm watching this, I probably would have watched a few more James Bond movies. All right, question 5. What are the first names of the lip-singing duo Milli Vanilli? What are the first names of the lip-singing duo Milli Vanilli? And it is not Milli and not Vanilli. And these aren't their last names either. Just their first names, which is easier of the names. All right, now time for question 6, which is always our movie clips. I'll play a clip from movies released in 2008. If you know what it is, write it down. Play it once with just the sound and once with the words up on the screen. Listen closely.
Tourists are scared of us. When they see Bernie, they're terrified.
Terrified. They're not scared of me. I'm sexy.
One more time.
Tourists are scared of us. When they see Bernie, they're terrified.
Terrified. They're not scared of me. I'm sexy.
What movie is that from? That's my favorite clip of all the movie clips I've ever played. Mind you, because my name is in it. Same reason I went to see Weekend at Bernie's. My name is in it. Thinking back now, that's probably why I never got a second date with that girl, but whatever. It's a good movie. My name was in it. All right, question 7. In which U.S. state would you find Devil's Tower? In which U.S. state would you find Devil's Tower? All right, question 8. Agusia, or however the hell you say that, is the loss of which sense? Agusia, or agusia, or agusia, agusia, ageusia, whatever, is the loss of which sense? And I understand that you can look up these words and have it pronounced to you on the YouTube videos and all that. But by the time I actually do this live, I forget everything I was told. I have to just read it as it is. And let's say I actually put the, the phonetic version of the word there. Inglés sin barreras. Question 9. What two actors exchanged faces in the 1997 movie Face Off? What two actors exchanged faces in the 1997 movie Face Off?
Y'all let it do everything but the work. Never learn, stop counting pockets. Success is defined by what you do when no one's watching. Too consumed with ownership for any other topic. If addiction is genetic, you can say I got it honest and it's getting the.
And finally, question 10, last question this round. What trade name comes from combining the French words for velvet and hook? What trade name comes from combining the French words for velvet and hook?
Underhand look like we cooked the numbers down. Make them tuck they summer in. Might never punt again. Fourth and long, Hail Mary. Y'all know who I'm betting on. Really see the vision now. Damn, why'd it take so long? Couldn't be led astray. Savages that meditate. Love me, look me in my face. Stunting they can't simulate. Gelato through the sunroof while we switching lanes. Bugs gone now, the streets will never be the same. No.
Only thing is going up into the heavens. Like, they're puppeteering you, but they're also protecting you and guiding you. You can feel it too, but it's like, nah, you protect it.
All right, that is the end of round 2. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question 1 was what came out first, Brokeback Mountain or The Devil Wears Prada, both with Anne Hathaway. Question 2, what element's chemical symbol is the letter I? Question 3, which comic book hero has a German Shepherd named Ace? Question 4, the anal bump cover. Rest in peace, both of those guys. Hopefully they're together arguing right now. Actually, an album cover. Whose 2010 album is this the cover for? Just the name of the artist, not the name of the album. Question 5, what are the first names of the lip-singing duo Milli Vanilli? Movie clip from 2008.
Tourists are scared of us. When they see Bernie, they're terrified.
Terrified. They're not scared of me. I'm sexy.
What movie is that from? Question 7, in which U.S. state would you find Devil's Tower? Question 8, Agusia, or Agusia, whatever, is the loss of which sense? You can read it, right? Question 9, what two actors exchanged faces in the 1997 movie Face Off? Question 10, what trade name comes from the combining the French words for velvet and hook? All right, please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. If you want to throw a little bit of money my way, that'll be cool. That's my Venmo, that's my Cash App. Remember, I do not get paid to do this online. I do not get advertising dollars. The bars are not giving me anything to promote them. I do this for free. So right now we're going to go to the second round of tonight's raffle. All right, it's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. I'm pulling a number out of this bucket, and any number I pull out, my son wins. My son will win all the prizes. All right, getting the first number out. My daughter's there to give him prizes, mostly Happy Meal prizes. Why Happy Meals when they're this big? Because she still eats Happy Meals. 576, 576. Dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Say with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. Poor baby Yoda's falling. All right, next one out. You didn't even eat the egg yet. 570, 570. Dance.
Lucia. Oh, yeah. Lucia. Lucia.
All right, he won, you didn't. Say with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. Let's wait for the good part. Now everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, but he can't have beer. He can only have iron beer. Going out to the following number. 592, 592. Dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Stay with me. Lucky son of a Bernie. That includes our lucky son of a Bernie raffle for this round. That was our lucky son of a Bernie raffle. Now let's go over the answers from round 2. Question 1 was what came out first, Brokeback Mountain or The Devil Wears Prada, both with Anne Hathaway? It was Brokeback Mountain. And 2, what element's chemical symbol is the letter I? Iodine. Question 3, which comic book hero has a German Shepherd named Ace? It's Batman. Ain't no bump cover. Sorry. An album cover. Whose 2010 album is this the cover for? That is Bruno Mars. Question 5, what are the first names of the lip-singing duo Milli Vanilli? It's It's Rob and Fab, and their last names are not Millie and not Vanilli. Question 6, our movie clip.
Tourists are scared of us. When they see Bernie, they're terrified.
Terrified. They're not scared of me. I'm sexy.
What movie is that from? I'm sorry, that's Drobit Taylor. Drobit Taylor. I'm doing the answers. I'm sorry. Question 7. In which U.S. state would you find Devil's Tower? Wyoming. Okay, that is the loss of which sense? Taste. Question 9. What two actors exchanged faces in the 1997 movie Face Off? John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. And question 10. What trade name comes from combining the French words for velvet and hook? Velcro. All right, these questions are 2 points each, so whatever you got times 2, and post your scores in the comments. And we'll see where everybody's by at this point. Remember to join me for in-person play Monday nights over at Bar Nancy starting at 8 o'clock, Wednesdays at The Bend. Join me for karaoke at Seven Seas Bar every Thursday and Saturday. And again, I'll be taking a quick 2-minute break while you post your scores with another round of commercials.
If you're hungry and in the mood for something extraordinary, look for this symbol. And this telephone is the fastest way to Franco's original Italian pizza, day or night. If you live anywhere from Pompano to Hialeah, you can treat yourself to the best in authentic Italian dishes. Franco specializes in dishes from antipasto to veal pancetta, all at reasonable prices. This symbol of excellence is in Pompano, Fort Lauderdale, North Miami Beach, North Miami, and Hialeah. Franco's, the king of pizza with home delivery day or night.
97 GTR, continuous rock and roll with Herman and McBean mornings.
No more pop scratches and ugly black buildup for these rock and roll animals.
97 GTR, all compact disc rock and roll.
Like ZZ Top, Bruce Springsteen, the Rolling Stones. Herman and McBean mornings on 97 GTR, continuous rock and roll.
Ay, bendito, se le paró el carro. ¿Y eso cómo fue?
No sé. Yo le había echado coolant, pero se calentó.
Mire, lo voy a ayudar, porque yo tengo un tremendo coolant. Amali. La próxima vez échele Amali. Este sí es un coolant de calidad superior. Porque todos los coolant no son iguales, ¿sabes? Amali es mejor de lo que tiene que ser.
Ah, pero oiga, ¿usted no es irichacón?
Sí, y de coolant, yo sí sé. Exija Amali. Tremendo coolant.
Why settle for some of it when you can get all of it?
Get it all, get to Zare and get it all.
It's gotta be a knockout, so I got to Zare.
It's gotta last,
It's gotta have a name I know.
so we got to Zare.
Get it all,
It's gotta be a real value.
get to Zare and get it all.
Exciting fashions, famous brands, honest quality, genuine value.
Get to Zare and get it all.
In Miami, se llama Zaire. And we're back. All right, let's get started with round 3. It's time again to put your phones in the buckets, teléfonos en la cubeta. Round 3. Question 1. The skin of which animal is used to make the finest grade of Morocco leather? The skin of which animal is used to make the finest grade of Morocco leather? Unlike the last time I pre-recorded this, that I just did it live, like, you know, straight through except for the raffles. I'm taking breaks. I'm recorded all of round 1, do the commercials, take a break, watch a little TV, and then come back, do round 2, and now I'm doing the last time. This is round 3. I'll do this to the rest of the way. All right, question 2. Papua New Guinea is bordered by which country to the west? Papua New Guinea is bordered by which country to the west? This is Papua New Guinea, Papua. Anyone notice when Biden was talking about the Pompeo, he started laughing? I think somebody taught him Spanish. He said Pompeo, and then he just started laughing. You know, we've been doing that for a while now. All right, question 3. It's time now to name a celebrity. I'm going to put a picture of a celebrity up there. If you know who it is, write down their real name, not a character name, not a description where you've seen them. Name. This. Celebrity. I need her real name, not a character name, not a description where you've seen her. When the air kicks on, that's when the lights come and go. All right, question 4. What was U.S. President Woodrow Wilson's real first name? What was U.S. President Woodrow Wilson's real first name? All right, question 5 as always is our Jumbo. All right, 4 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Letters are SINLONGGARY. Hint is an actor, male. Sin Long, Gary. Figure it out. I believe both children are waking up now. Today's Wednesday. Today's Veterans Day, so they have no school. So I took advantage of doing it now early because they weren't around. I think it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. I think now's they're waking up. Now's when they're waking up. So God knows when they went to sleep. And I gotta remind the girl to feed the cats. If not, they starve to death because she never pays attention to those cats, and other than to take pictures and carry them around. All right, hopefully you either figured this out or wrote this information down somewhere on your paper or somewhere else. I'm moving on to question 6. All right, because it entered the Union in 1876, what Western U.S. state is nicknamed the Centennial State? Because it entered the Union in 1876, what Western U.S. state is nicknamed the Centennial State? All right, question 7. What basketball legend was born Ferdinand Lewis Alcindor? What basketball legend was born Ferdinand Lewis Alcindor? All right, question 8. Proteus orbits what planet in the solar system? Proteus orbits what planet in the solar system? All right, question 9. Music artist Melissa Vivian Jefferson is better known by what stage name? Music artist Melissa Vivian Jefferson is better known by what stage name? And finally, question 10, last question of tonight's game, something of local history, news, or facts. What local politician was nicknamed Pinga Pequeña by the late Neil Rogers? What local politician was nicknamed Pinga Pequeña by the late Neil Rogers? At this point, I'm falling asleep a little. Which must mean it's about to rain. Not for you live, for me on a Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, that is the end of round 3. Let's go over the questions one more time in case you missed any. Question 1 was, the skin of which animal is used to make the finest grade of Morocco leather? Question 2, Papua New Guinea is bordered by which country to the west? So you named this celebrity, any her real name, not a character name, not a description where you've seen her. Question 4, what was U.S. President Woodrow Wilson's real first name? Word jumble, we got 4 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Those are the letters, hence an actor male. Sin Long, Gary, Sin Long. Question 6, because it entered the Union in 1876, what western U.S. state is nicknamed the Centennial State? Question 7, what basketball legend was born Ferdinand Lewis Alcindor? Question 8, Proteus orbits what planet of the solar system? Question 9, music artist Melissa Vivian Jefferson is better known by what stage name? And question 10, what local politician was nicknamed Pinga Pequeña by the late Neil Rogers? All right, please check your own answer sheet, see if these are the answers you want to stick with. Again, any little bit helps. Throw a little bit my way, Venmo, Cash App, whatever the situation, any little bit helps. And now we're going to go to our final Lucky SOB raffle. All right, it's time to pull out your stubs. It's raffle time. I'll pull a number out of this bucket, and any number I pull out, my son wins. My son will win all the prizes. All right, getting the first prize out. 593, 593. Dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. All right, next one out. 588, 588. Dance. That's another baby group. All right, he won, you didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. And finally, everybody's favorite prize, one free beer, one free beer. Again, it's only an iron beer. Going out to the following number. 568, 568. Dance. All right, he won, you didn't. Say it with me. You lucky son of a Bernie. And that includes our lucky son of a Bernie raffle for tonight's game. All right, and that's our final lucky SOB raffle for tonight's game. And now here is a classic chug-off from Sandbar. This was the chug-off on the same night as the current occupant of the White House was inaugurated, which is also my birthday, almost 4 years ago. Hopefully we will have a chug-off on my birthday. Well, let's do a chug-off somehow. Even with social distancing, we'll put one person at one side of the bar and one at the other on my birthday this upcoming year, even though we're not doing that anymore for tiebreakers. But here is a classic chug-off from the past.
Congratulations, Marco, you already won, dude. Let's go. So you grab your beers when I say go, you need to chug those beers as fast as you can without spilling. First one, put it on the counter. Wins. 1, 2, go.
Yeah, that's Miguel against Danny in the chug-off. All right, let's go now over the answers from round 3. Question 1 was, the skin of which animal is used to make the finest grade of Morocco leather? It is the goat. Question 2, Papua New Guinea is bordered by which country to the west? Indonesia. And name this celebrity that is Emma Stone. I don't know why it still has the animation. Let me put that in my notes of correct animation. Round 3. See, I told you this is recorded, but I'm still gonna question 3. The Benz version of this game will not have these flaws. Question 4. What was U.S. President Woodrow Wilson's real first name? It was Thomas. Word jumble. 4 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Those are the letters. It is Ryan Gosling. 6. Because it entered the Union in 1876, what western U.S. state is nicknamed the Centennial State? It's Colorado. 7. What basketball legend was born Ferdinand Louis Alcindor? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 8. Proteus orbits what planet in the solar system? Neptune. 9. Music artist Melissa Vivian Jefferson is better known by what stage name? She's Lizzo. And question 10. What local politician was nicknamed Pinga Pequeña by the late Neil Rogers? It's Alex Pinellas. Alex Pinga Pequeña Pinellas. You know, just out of habit, he's already gone into hiding before, even though the election is pretty much over. He went into hiding before the election was over. You can never find him when they need him, even though he lost the primaries for the mayor, trying to get back in business. Alex Pinga Pequeña. I don't dislike him as much as I dislike Joe Carollo, and I don't hate him as much as I hate Carlos Jimenez, but he's a piece of shit too. All right, these questions are worth 5 points each. So multiply whatever you got right times 5, add that to your previous score, and post your score in the comments. Again, you can join me on Monday at Bar Nancy for in-person play. Join me at Wednesdays at The Bend. Join me for karaoke every Thursday and Saturday starting at 10 o'clock. I'm going to take one more commercial break to give you time to post your scores, and then I'll come back and say our good nights. So hang back for the commercials.
Come enjoy the rides and the wonderful. Lights, food, rides, and so much more. All the Christmas spirit you find it here. On Palmetto, Bird Road at Tropical Park. One price, all rides free.
Hey, man, fellas. Look here. Seagulls, golden wine cooler. Seagulls, golden wine cooler. It's wet and it's dry. Golden wine cooler. My. Golden wine cooler. Me and the boys. Love all the time. Golden wine cooler. It's wet and it's dry. Golden wine cooler.
You know why I come to Lum's, good buddy? They grill the steaks just perfect. And the fish fried dinner is so tender and delicious. I love the juicy roast beef sandwich piled high with that thinly sliced roast beef. I like it when Mommy and Daddy take me to Lum's. The burgers are great. You and your kids get a better choice when you choose Lum's.
You get a choice. You get a better choice when you choose Lum's.
Compact disc sale of the year. Thousands of titles for only $8.99. All types of music. Rock, country, soul, jazz, classical, vocal, big band, pop. Hundreds of artists. Something for everyone. CDs for only $8.99. Come into Peaches now while the best selection's available.
And we're back. All right. I don't know what your scores are because, again, this is pre-recorded. But as far as I'm concerned, anybody who actually watches this or joins me every week here, you're all winners as far as I'm concerned. Remember, you can follow us at Trivia Miami on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also search for Trivia Miami on YouTube. You can watch this entire game all over again, even though it's pre-recorded. It also premiered on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and then it will stay in our library on YouTube from going forward. Again, as always, thoughts and prayers to Linda for having to tolerate Alan. Alan being a recent U.S. citizen, one of the first things that Biden should do in his executive orders is remove the citizenship for any Irish people in South Florida who hang out in Coconut Grove. And, you know, let's get rid of that because he was sworn in during the Trump administration, as seen by the hat. Actually, that was a joke. I bought him that hat. And it is not an official hat from the official store. It is a Chinese bootleg. So I made sure of that to make sure no money ever went to the Trump administration. And that's Alan. As always, what do we always say up in Miami Lakes?
Fuck Hector.
And what does everybody say when we all get together up there?
Fuck Hector! Fuck Hector! Fuck Hector! Fuck Hector! Fuck Hector!
No ha habido ni papel de trolle para limpiarse el culo.
Again, any little bit helps. You want to throw a little bit to my Venmo or my Cash App, that would be really cool. Otherwise, join me Monday over at Bar Nancy, Wednesday at The Bend, every Thursday and Saturday for karaoke at 7 Seas Bar. And I'm here every Friday, one way or another, either live or not. I'd like to thank everybody who did join us. I expect to be live next week, but, you know, if money's money. I got to work if I get the gig, but I don't have anything scheduled as far as I know, so it should be live again next week. But have a good weekend. Good night, everyone. And I'm going to let Cox on the Radio sign us off.
Have yourself a real nice day. And if you want to smile some, listen to Power 96.